SLUBAN's Atomic Storm series have always been amazing. We have flying mechs, beefy defense mechs, a ninja mech, and finally a samurai robot. It comes with 923 pieces to build the main mech and a wonderful side build. It also presents a choice of faceplates. This is a review of the SLUBAN M38 B1183 Takeda Shingen mech. Is this robot worth your money? Let's find out. There is no box to open here, just a bag, because I got this from my old fishing hole, Temu. I can't find this set anywhere for some reason. There are almost 20 bags here and I am grateful that they are numbered. With that said, I had to use all my trays at one point just to organize all the parts. This is the instruction booklet. And this is the mother of all sticker sheets. I don't even want to count how many there are. The highest number is 58 and some have the same number, so definitely more than 50 stickers are on this sheet. Fun! This set gives me flashbacks to when I built my first SLUBAN mech in that it's quite difficult in some segments. QA is all over the place. Now I don't know if that's because I got this from Temu, but the Temu versions of these mechs seem a little harder to put together, or maybe it's just me. Regarding the build, I can't say that I enjoyed the experience as much as other mechs. It's definitely more repetitive, especially when you get to the armor piece. It's boring, but you have to pay close attention or you will mess up the orientation. It took me 3 hours to finish the build and it left me with a smorgasbord of leftover pieces. First, I built the main mech starting from the torso to the head, then the legs and arms. After you put it all together, there is this side build of a sword display. It's an elegant way of displaying the two included weapons. It's a neat idea, but I don't know how many people will display the swords instead of equipping the mech. What do you think? Are you team display stand or team sword in hand? Comment down below. And here it is all built. I love the shade of red used in the majority of the pieces. Gold shiny pieces are used sparingly, thankfully, because even though they look great, some of them are a pain to attach because the coating is a little thicker and it makes everything a tighter fit. Size-wise, this is the largest SLUBAN mech I built so far. Taller than even the Flaming Halberd and thicker than the Anti-Hulk mech. He makes all the other mechs look like my build frames. I was wondering why this particular mech was more expensive than the rest of them, and now that I have them side by side, I know why. For the headrest on top of the helmet, I used the gold horns, but you also have the option of building the black version. I love that they gave us a choice on which design to go with, and I wish more brands do a similar choose your own adventure look. The faceplate also came with 2 stickers and I had the community choose which one they wanted. This sticker won with an overwhelming majority. I wish they gave us a spare face piece so it's easy to swap between the 2 versions. Since they gave us an insane amount of spare pieces anyway, they could have at least given us something useful. The head attaches to the torso using only a clip piece. There is no ball joint here and so the part is just stuffed in there and it's incredibly stiff. I already broke one clip trying to turn his head for the thumbnail picture taking. The armored torso is well shaped and the side panels give it great girth. The grey curved pieces are layered, giving the illusion of depth. The chest pieces look nice with sparingly used trans thread pieces but they frequently fall off. One of the defining features of this set are these floating shoulder armor pieces. They are repetitive and confusing to build but you can't argue with the final results. The panels really complement the rest of this set and really sells the samurai look. The Eastern aesthetic continues downward towards the waist. The floating armor here can articulate quite a bit so you can move it out of the way during posing. There are also various mech skirt panels on the front and back. All the floating pieces look great and give the set its identity, but unfortunately most are not stably attached and pop off at the slightest provocation. What is a little more stable are the arms. They are adequately detailed but it's not particularly impressive with below average articulation. I like the gold pieces here on the wrists and how they somehow make this part look more significant. They went in an interesting direction with the hands with the addition of a thumb joint of sorts. It looks amazing with a weapon in hand but fairly odd or out of place looking on its own. The tiny ball joint also regularly pops out of place. On the bottom half of the mech, the legs are perfectly proportioned with a slender yet strong appearance. I actually dropped the set and I lost a few pieces here and there but it is somehow still holding together. Unfortunately, the knee doesn't work very well. It uses this ratcheting joint and usually they are serviceable. This time, one of the 2 joints is defective. They don't move very well, almost like it was glued shut and you have to break the adhesive every time you move it. So it's accurate to say that this mech bends the knee for no one. The feet are wide but unstable on smooth surfaces, which is typical of brick-built mechs. When will mech designers start adding rubber pieces to the bottom of their creations? Looking at the rear view of the mech, we see that it's well detailed and still looks amazing. There are plenty of stickers here, so definitely not a plain behind. Weapons. This set came with 2 swords, one long blade with a black hilt and one shorter blade with a silver hilt. Our mech looks absolutely boss dual wielding both weapons, though I wasn't able to recreate the poses on the manual because of the issue with the stuck knee joint. Things like this are partially why I no longer do stop motion animation, because this would be a nightmare to pose. And apart from the main mech build, the set also came with a nice little side build, this sword stand that looks a bit like a miniature shrine. You can put the shorter blade up top and the longer blade on the second row. I'm missing a couple of pieces here and I had to improvise, so this may look different from yours if you decide to build one yourself. This symbol here in the middle looks like you can spin it, but it just falls apart when you try to. Well, you can sort of carefully rotate it, but honestly there's no point to it. Accessibility. I am obligated to show you the sticker sheet again. This is simply too much in my opinion, though I am thankful I got to extensively test my sticker applicator and parts pry bar creation, and this really needs a catchier name. Anyway, even if I were to set aside the stickers, I am unable to give the build experience a high accessibility score. The instructions for the armor pieces could stand to be clearer and some segments are unfortunately quite fiddly. The included part separator cannot save this accessibility score no matter how cute it is. Accessibility score of 3 out of 5 stars. Quality. This samurai mech looks absolutely stunning. I love it on my shelf next to the other SLUBAN sets. It's easily my new favorite in this lineup. The inclusion of the side build is a welcome surprise, though I would prefer to pose the swords with the mech than leave it on the stands. And speaking of posing, the overall articulation of this set leaves a lot to be desired. I couldn't even recreate the poses in the manual. The gold pieces look amazing and I know I am nitpicking at this point, but I am wondering why they didn't use the same gold on these studs here on the skirt. It looks a bit out of place, but again, not a big deal. Quality score of 4 out of 5 stars. Value. This set is a bit hard to find on my usual apps. I finally found it on Temu for roughly $30. That's a fair price I think with consideration of the amount of pieces here. For the main build and the side build, $30 is acceptable and a far cry from the name brand's pricing. I found the set for a good price that is not Temu, so be sure to check out the description for links if you are interested. Value score of 5 out of 5 stars. If you have suggestions on which mechs we should review next, leave them in the comment section below. We have some exciting stuff coming in the near future, so make sure you are subscribed. At this point, we have quite the collection of SLUBAN mechs, and this one fits right in. Check out this playlist to see all our other reviews. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.